Has absolutely no hand-holding in it whatsoever, so I'm going to guide you through character creation and your first few levels with this first video. So once you get everything set up, you can see to the right side we have a list of all the lit up expansions that we have now, and a grayed out Seekers of... I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because I'm not doing any good, which should be coming out sometime next year, or at the ass end of this year. But anyway, when you get into it, you want to create your character. I apologize if my microphone's a little low. I've already decided on my character. I don't want to go through this too fast because it can sometimes crash. We have a Galka, which is a big fuzzy man that smashes things. Obligatory cat girl. Your rosy-cheeked short people. First time I saw this, I laughed. I still laugh whenever I see it. Your elf people, who are apparently all supermodels and act like it. Look at them. They belong in the Abercrombie and Fitch catalog. You're human trying to be the same. Kind of failing at it. I'm probably going to mispronounce a lot in these videos, so please bear with me and correct me where I'm terribly, terribly wrong. Of course, your human male always looks evil. Alright, so your first step as a newbie in the world of Final Fantasy XI is to select a human, make him as ugly as possible, and name him Sephiroth, misspelled horribly. I'm joking. We're going to rock the Galka male. Now there's only males, so kind of hard not to. Oh, let's see. Huge, of course. Must be as massive as possible. Your 6 starting jobs are Warrior, Monk, White Mage, Black Mage, Red Mage, and Thief. Your Warrior smashes things good. Your Monk punches things really well. Monk is a very well-rounded starting job for anyone that might want to get into this. White Mage is your standard healing class. Black Mage, blow shit up with magic. Red Mage is kind of a mix of both, and kind of sucking at each. It used to be your go-to job for pretty much everything, but now it's kind of, Thief, of course, steals things and stabs things with knives. Not the most useful of jobs, period, but it can be a fun starting job because not a lot will hit you with your high, evasion stats. I'm going to start as Warrior because well, it's kind of the second easiest starting job. It's one I know pretty well. Oh, and then you have your naming convention. Press the plus key to randomly generate a name, which plus key on your number pad. Murky Antelope, Wild Parakeet, Eatable Croy. These are horrible. I'm going to go with my standby name. Of course, I'm always on the Phoenix server, so don't go World Pass. Nobody's used those in a million years. You used to have to use them to make sure you ended up in the same server as your friends, but they are very outdated at the moment. The Kingdom of Sandoria, the Elven Kingdom, full of stuck-up elves and churches. The Republic of Bass Bastok, full of racist humans and Galco. Federation of Windurst. The Taru lands and home of the Cat Girl. I'm picking the Republic of Bastok first off. Mainly because... Seal that was very successful. I'm picking the nation of Bastok because nation missions are easier. You can get to rank 2 without actually throwing a punch at level 1, which is very nice. And the surrounding areas are actually a bit easier than, say, Sandori or Windurst. And you go through the whole rigmarole of entering your starting city. Question mark to mark you as a new. It's always wonderful to have that giant flag sticking out of your head. I am a noob. How I mine for fish. The city of Bastok's actually easier to navigate to. Windurst can be a nightmare if you're a new player. 5 areas, 4 teleporters. It's just a large mess for the most part. It's funny that the Galco kind of look big and mean, and they're actually all very gentle and mellow for the most part. Sit through this spiel forever. Your story begins here, amidst the smoke, bustle, and whatever of the industrial city of Bastok. Yep. I'm going to skip through this as fast as I can because I don't want anybody being spoiled by story deals. Of course, we have the only woman in the world with a skirt. So basically, you were started out with this. Open the map. This is literally your only hand-holding in this game. So you have a map marker here with the person that you're supposed to turn in your adventure onto. And the very first thing you're going to want to do is fiddle with your configuration. Auto target during battle, you're going to want that on unless you're in a large group and you're doing some kind of endgame content, which I'm not going to get to now. Sound effects and music, I'm going to turn the music off because it grates on me very quickly. And my microphone volume is horribly, horribly low, apparently. Inventory, so you're going to want this on auto. I don't know why there's a manual. Setting chat filters. You're generally not going to want to screw with any of these until later, but that's entirely up to the player. Entirely up to you. Chat colors, again, more of the same. Windows. Yeah, again, more aesthetics. They're going to redo the user interface soon, so... Shadows on high tends to lag the game even on more advanced systems like my own. So I'm going to leave those as they are. The background aspect ratio. Good God, yeah, you're going to want to meddle with this. There we go. These are all your macro palettes. You can move them around, or you can leave them where they are. Full size or compact. Key settings. Basically, if you're starting out, you're going to have a full keyboard setting. The number pad is going to move you around. Tab or 0 will change your target, as well as the F keys. All fun. All fun. Effects. Mouse and camera. I usually tend to invert my third-person camera because it's easier for me that way. Chat language filter. Naughty language. No, no, no. It's off by default, but you can turn it on, so if anybody says something you don't like, you have the option there. So quit your bitching and just deal with it. Bestock is #1 in Conquest this week. You can tell this by the fact that the carnival is here. In this section of the city where absolutely no one goes. They of course have the naked cat girl and the brooding naked captain in the corner. I'm going to see Dulcie by the bridge. You can see I'm tabbing about the characters using the 0 key. There she is. Now you're going to open your menu, trade, adventure, coupon. Here's your starting guild, and a direction to see Goldago in the west gate of Bestock Markets. Now, I mean, aside from this starting quest that actually tell you who to go to, these are rare, people. These are rare. Most quests, you do not have quest markers on anyone. You do not have little arrows on your mini-map. You do not have... You're basically thrown into this sink or swim with no real way to navigate unless you use the wiki. So get used to using the wiki. You're going to use it a lot. And since I've started out as warrior, I'll start with the basic equipment, onion sword, and since I started out in Bestock as a character that, as a race that usually would start here, I have the Bestockian ring, which gives 3 HP, 1 dex, and 1 vitality. It's actually a nice little ring, these starting rings. And an onion sword. Is warrior specified to use the sword? No, not really. But whatever. Every time you change your visible equipment, your character will blink, which, once you get into gear swap macros, that's going to be a pain in the ass for anyone trying to heal you. This is Port Bestock. Very nice place, actually. Something you'll very quickly notice about this game, unless you're used to the very fast-paced games like World of Warcraft and, well, its many air quote competitors, is that this game is very, very beautiful. Very, very beautiful. Whoever made this game spent an extraordinary amount of time on this world to start with. I will admit they've gotten a bit lazier in recent years, but in the basic vanilla areas, you will not come across too many areas that are copy and paste, except for some tunnels. Pretty much the entire world is unique all over. Your artisan mool here is near your log house entrances. Once you get about 10,000 gil, you're going to want to come see him again to get a extra storage space that you can access from anywhere. There's another thing, you start out with 30 storage, which is not much. So you're pretty much starting out with, yeah, not much at all. I'm going to start the new quests. You don't really, you didn't used to get these. I mean, they've made the game more accessible over the years, but it used to be kind of, not so much. Mind my horrible voice today because, I had an incident yesterday, but it's neither here nor there. I'm going to talk to Goldago to start the new quests. Humble service, yada yada yada. Entry-level quests. Go see the guy and get Signet. Signet is important because it boosts your experience points. It gives you all kinds of boosts, actually. Boosts your experience points. Boosts your... boosts your healing ability when you're resting. And I think your food duration time. It also allows you to get the Magi and Moogle abilities that vary from week to week. So he gives you some food and gives you the option to repeat everything again as default. So you'll probably hit that a few times, go to your items, use meat jerky, and continue on. Food gives you all sorts of things. The status screen that's dropped my intelligence by 1 and up my strength by 3. Which is not bad because I'm going to be punching things, or stabbing them, hitting them with a sword. Out and fight monsters. Your next assignment is learn to use a weapon skill. Yeah. It's basically the next batch of quests for him you can do in a chain. Which brings us to the next reason why I picked Bastok to start. As we traverse through the markets here, which are very lovely. With their balconied housing and whatnot. This thing. This is a home point. Target this and set your home point here. Whenever you're incapacitated, you'll be dropped back here. Yes, the other reason I picked Bastok to start it. There is a circle of quests right here, and in the mines that will let you gain level 2 fame in the city in no time. Fame, of course, is important for quests. I really think I've gone over my projected 10-minute time here. You can auto-run with the 7 key, which is nice if you don't want to end up with carpal tunnel from holding the keys forever. Yeah, my voice is shit today. There are our Koopa warriors that we have. Artisan's Advantage, which does absolutely nothing as far as I can tell. Dilatory Digestion, which is a new one, which I think extends the period that you have food effects. Very nice for starting. It's Swift Shoes. When you rest for however long, you get a speed boost, which immediately wears off the second you look at some enemy and smack it in the face. Or the very second an enemy smacks you in the face. So we're in the mines and we're heading here. This is the, I can't remember the name of it. But it should be on my map. The Sarin Mines. You'll notice the Alchemist Guild there and several other things. The auction house in the middle of the area, residential area, which is your lock house, Junkable Stables, which we will get to later, Bat's Lair Inn, which is pretty much useless except for quests, the Armorer. Here's the thing about the auction house, a lot of people go straight to the auction house and don't check the actual NPC shops. So a lot of times you can get a better deal at the NPC shops than you can using the auction house. You're pretty much just paying for the, I guess, the convenience of it, rather than having to travel. Pardon me with all the throat clearing. So here we are on the Zarin Mines. We're going to abuse a new mechanic that they have in the game called Grounds of Valor. With the Grounds tome, you just enter on it, individual training. We're going to start with training page 1, which is pretty much every other video game's quest system. Just streamline for the dungeon. I have to kill 3 dingbats. What just passed me was a summoner in full Empyrean armor, which is pretty cool. So here's our dingbats. So this brings us to combat. It's like the dingbats that enter, and then you have attack. Draw your sword, and you run up to them and smack them in the face with it. You know, my sword skill grows. My parrying skill. Skills become important very quickly as they allow you to use weapon skills. Or basically not get your ass handed to you. So that was 200 experience points years ago. This would have only been like 90. Years before that it would have been like 10. And no, they have not altered the number of experience you need to level up in the least. You see, every time I hit the enemy, my TP gauge goes up. That's the blue bar below the other 2 bars. My MP, which is empty because I don't have any magic points. My HP, which is gradually going down as these bats smack me in the face. Check them. These check as tough. So it was probably not a good idea for me to fight these. This means they're above my level. But I think I've actually got this, which is terrifying considering I should be. Yeah, doing that. Wrecking my ass. Oh boy. So check these guys since they're tough. I don't want to really get my ass handed to me by bats the very first time I come out. That is a mistake you will make. Not checking something and getting your tail torn off for it. So you head deeper into the tunnels of these errant mines. That other way was the entrance to the Korlaka Tunnel, which is a rise of the Zillard area. Unless you're on the... Oh, dear God. That is a tear your ass off bat. Not the kind of guy you want to take on already, so maybe we'll head back up here to the heavy flappy dingbats. Not attack the colliery bat, which must be level 70 plus. You see, when it checks, it has high evasion and high defense. That's based on your attack power and your accuracy. So it says that your accuracy and your attack power are too low to be going and smacking it in the face. Generally. So, deedle. That's so we don't want to attack, we want to check. Tough. Yikes. Even match. Alright, these are the guys who won. Hopefully they won't kill me. See, my TP bar is flashing now. That means I'm at 100%. Every time you smack the enemy smacks you, you get TP. Based on the delay of your weapon. I am going to throw out my job ability, Mighty Strikes, because I don't want to die. Mighty Strikes is the warrior's job ability. It gives you a guaranteed critical hit every time. I hit level 2, which is why I had the balls to go after that guy. With 14 HP. Generally not something you want to do. And as you can see, I'm still under the effects of Mighty Strikes and doing a critical hit every time. This job ability is, of course, jokingly called Mighty Misses. And you can see why. Now that since the pages are set to repeat, they'll just go automatically over and over again. Oh, experience chain. You must have still been an even match or higher. We have a river crab in here. Even match, high defense. That's kind of neat. hear the flapping of bats nearby. Flap, flap, flap. Alright, these bats dropped an item called Zaren's, which is actually used for repeatable quests just outside the mine. You're pretty much in for a lot of this right now, unless you get into a large party, but it's pretty much a solo game until level 15. I'll probably stay solo until level, 99, because that's just me. Those dang other people, they're always getting in the way. That's a joke, mind you. But anytime you want, you can check your status and see how much experience you have and how much you need to level. The little red bar will show you how far you have to go. So I basically need 30 experience. I'm going to get nearly 500 from finishing this page, I think. Well, my evasion reached level 5. So my combat skill level sword is still level 3, which is up nicely. 260, so I get about, 350 experience points. I was a little shy on my calculations, but, the experience chain. You get an experience chain every time you beat a even match or higher mob in a certain amount of time. So I think this kills my chain because these guys are decent challenge now. So basically, your goal for the first outing is to reach level 4 and to learn your first weapon skill. Which I am doing slowly but surely. The other benefit of Signet. Mobs in faction-controlled areas will drop crystals, which can be used for synthesis or sold for a decent amount on the auction house in stacks. A stack of wind crystals usually goes for 2,000 gil to 4,000 gil. They're very nice, very nice. Little dingy bats, flap, flap, flap. Smack. No more dingy bats. Next time we go, we will cover macros, which are intensely fun things to do. Because you have to remember a lot of syntax, all the insane amount of commands. I'm still level 3, I'm 60 experience from, you're going to do that a lot too if you're a goof like I am. This will teach me to try to talk first thing in the morning. These guys seem like they run slower than all the other races, but that's only because they're so huge. Little river crab. These are cute little guys. They do recycle a lot of enemies in this game, I will admit that, but that's pretty much any game ever. You brave hero, you must defeat 20 of these recolored things that you fought earlier. The respawn time for mobs in dungeons used to be 15 minutes, but now anywhere that has the Crowns of Valor, they pop up every 5, I think. They may have goofed this up, because I think it's been more than 5 minutes since I had the dingbats here. There we go. More bats. Bats. And I have learned Fast Blade, which is in the abilities, not job abilities, Mighty Strikes have already used. Fast Blade, which will use my 300 TP to bam. And I feel level 4 now. Level 4 used to be your cutoff for not losing experience points when you die. Oh, you lose experience points when you die. Yes, and you can even level down. Tremendous fun. Ooh, nice critical there. Yeah, but after level 5, you're not going to want to be using a sword anymore. You're not even going to want to be using a sword at level 1, to be honest. I'm just doing this because I am too lazy to transfer Gil from my main character to Melons. Oh, there's no reason not to smack a crab, I don't think. Crabs tend to have high defense, so you can usually get a lot of smacks out of them. They're usually used for skilling up in a lot of places. One thing you'll notice about the game is that you do level up a lot faster than you gain skill. Burble. Down goes the crab, and I will smack these dingoes for my page experience. I think I'm at 1 out of 3 now. Parrying skill is nice, but goes once every 5 minutes you can just completely avoid an attack, like slap the side with your sword and be done with it. All of a sudden it doesn't seem that useful, does it? No, it's really not. Of course, I'm going to be skilling up a new weapon as soon as I hit level 5. There's absolutely no reason to be keeping the sword on me past that point, because you get the Great Axe, the first Great Axe at that point. And your first Great Axe is really nice. It swings very slow, but it just wrecks the hell out of whatever's in front of you. So I almost went and used my weapon skill on a bat that was half dead. Generally not something you're going to want to do. You can save them for starting off like this. Some weapon skills actually do things other than smack the crap out of things. Fast Blade is not one of these skills. You just smack the crap out of whatever's in front of you. It's very basic, very simple. When I actually... Of course I'm going to miss. When I hit the enemy, I gain TP. When the enemy hits me, I gain 2 TP. That's the default gain from enemy hits, I think. When I hit him, though, I gain between 5 and 7. That's based on the delay of my weapon. So the slower I hit, the more TP I gain. Some people actually believed it was better to use a slower weapon because of the higher TP gain rate. It's not really higher, it just seems like it is. So if I had a dagger like the Beast Stinger, which has the lowest delay of any weapon in the game, I would just be like slap, 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 gaining TP all the while. Just as fast as I would be if I was going thud. Wait, thud with an axe. I could be wrong, but I've been playing for like 4 years and I have not seen any difference between the slower weapons and the faster weapons. So he just used a job ability called Metallic Body, giving him the effect of Stone Skin, which basically gives him extra HP that I have to slap my way through before I can actually do damage to him again. So I hit him for 0 points of damage because all my damage is going to his Stone Skin. And then we're at level 5, which gives us our first real job ability besides our 2-hour ability. Provoke. Goads an enemy into attacking you. So we're going to make our first macro. On the second page, macros, book 1. You're probably going to want to rename this to whatever your job is. Well, hang on, I need to delete. You want to delete the default that's already on there. Change the name to War. Your first macro, which will be linked to Control 1. Will be Provoke. You want to start with the slash, and since it's a job ability, it starts with JA, and in parentheses, provoke. You don't really need the parentheses for a one-word job ability, I don't think. But you can still use them. Or you can just hit PRO and hit the tab key. And have it come out like that. And since you're going to be provoking whatever you target, T in the little arrow key things there. Then you can put something here like party, which would be party chat. Like I said, this is like to control one. So, basically what it does is it's a way of pulling mobs to you. Provoke pisses them off like the crocodile hunter jamming his thumb up their bum. You want to hit attack, and control, hold control, and hit 1. I'm a provoking your dingbats. There are no party members, so yeah. Use that again. Provoke is on a 30-second timer. You can use it every 30 seconds. It has a range of 18 yards. It's just generally awesome job ability for getting things to come to you. You'll see why if you start on another job and things run away from you all the time when you go to hit them with your stick or whatnot. And you're just chasing them all over the place. See, I have Prowess boosted, Magic Accuracy, and Magic Attack. Prowess is something you get when you finish a page with the Grounds of Valor, and I just got stuck on a wheelbarrow. That's nice and embarrassing. Let's get rid of the noob sign. So configure somewhere, I think. Or no, help desk. Help desk, there it is. Yeah, that's not what I want. Yeah, it's been a while. Cancel new adventure status. You cannot get it back, but you lose the little noob flag. After all of this, we should gain tabs, which can be used at the books for all sorts of nice keyboard failure. I need a new keyboard, as you can tell. You want to cancel your current regime because you're done with bats for now. Field support. Tabs you acquire can be spent on field support. I have 9 tabs from... Wow, that's impressive. I can afford absolutely nothing except for circumception, which is sneak and invisible, which we will cover later. Repetition will instantly warp you back to your home nation. This is very helpful later on in the game, as is circumception. Homing instinct will instantly warp you back to your home point, which you'll probably not need because there's a myriad of items that do the same thing. Re-raise. This is also another important thing. When you die, re-raise will bring you back to life. It will half the amount of experience you lost. You'll get half of it back. But you'll be weakened for 5 minutes, so you're basically useless for 5 minutes. If your home point is right next door to where you are, this is useless because you can just come back and make up the experience lost in no time. Re-raise 2 further reduces the experience lost, and re-raise 3 more of the same. Regen regenerates your health at 1 HP per tick, which is 3 seconds. Refresh is the same with MP. Protect and Shell. Protect boosts your defensive rating. Shell boosts your magic defensive rating. Haste gives you 15% speed boost in your attacks. And you have your foods. I have no idea what these foods do because you should probably bring your own food and not waste tabs on food. You You can review your active prowess here, which I have enhanced accuracy and ranged accuracy, attack and ranged attack, magic accuracy and magic attacks. That's kind of nice, actually. But these will wear off as soon as I leave, and that's about it for that. Fun thing about the Protect and Shell from books is that they scale with your level. So if you're at the level where you would be able to cast Protect 2 as a white mage, you'll get Protect 2 instead of the base Protect 1. Unless the wiki lied to me and I've been using the wrong information for years, which is entirely possible because players used to do that all the time. Let's see how much there is. I got while we were in there. 1. I need 3 to complete the quest. Which is ironically right over there. But let's head into the mines area. I should probably go back and finish the new quests, but I will save that for the next video as I've already gone 40 minutes into this. Very fun, very fun. What have we here? We have this guy whose name I cannot pronounce. He will send items to other players. Up to 8, including Go. So he's kind of handy. We have the auction house here. Guy over here. Goffel is also a delivery guy. The gate to South Gustburg. Your Chocobo stables to the right. Synergy furnaces to the left, as well as some NPCs from various quests. Coming up on the left, on the right again, is the Chocobo racing circuit. Roundsy one, you can teleport to there and exit at any nation that has it, and you have to make it if you're sitting there. One important rule of Final Fantasy XI is no matter where you are, unless it is completely empty, there should probably be a naked cat girl. I would say that's half a joke, but it's not. This is the log house. This is your home. You can tell that mine has absolutely no decorations yet because I just got here for the first time. And the first time you select your Moogle, he will give you a tutorial about your log house. Don't expect any other tutorials for anything ever. Just this and your noob quests. Mog safe is where you keep items. It starts at a base of 50. Storage is based on decorations you have in the Mog safe that are up in your house. Delivery box is where you get your deliveries from the delivery guy or from the auction house. Changing jobs. Ooh, that's a nice one. We'll cover that next time. Gardening, don't even bother until you're more than 45 days old. Thank you, real money transaction jackasses. Changing the layout is how you decorate the things. Invitations, you can invite other party members into your home to check it out. I got it, Mog, thank you. Kupo. So we have my Mog safe. I don't have anything to put in here just yet. Storage, it will be 0 out of 0, because I don't have any decorations. Mog locker, you will have access to this once you get into the Treasures of Ad-Ergen expansion. Mog satchel. This is an extra 30 inventory spaces that I have on me because I have the security token, which adds extra security to logging in. Mog sack is what you're going to get from that artisan Moogle when you get your 10,000 gil. Delivery box should be painfully empty. Boo-hoo, boo-hoo for now. Changing jobs, of course, you start with your basic 6 jobs. You can change between them at any time, which makes me love this game so damn much, it's not funny. Support job, which you see is great at, which we will cover shortly. Probably after our macro explanation tomorrow. Open mod, which will open it to party members who can then enter from outside. We'll cover that as soon as I can find somebody that's capable of helping me out with that. Don't ask about the Mog House. Just want you to stop spinning and making me sick. Thank you, Moogle. That is all for this installment. I hope you all had some decent education. Put on your thinking caps, you're going to need them because macros can be a bitch. I'll see you next time.